guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to get the acrylic look here at home using press-on nails. Now what you're going to need to do is set about 2 hours aside because this is going to take some time. Let's get started. So let's start out with what you're going to need. Of course you're going to need your actual fake nails. Now the type that I use are Nail Bliss and they are the coffin shape. These nails come with about 120 of them, which is very convenient, especially if you have various different nail bed shapes. Now you're going to need your nail glue. The one I use is by Kiss. It is a brush-on nail glue. You're also going to need a nail filer. Now I have two different types. The Tropical Shine, this blue one, is a lot softer. It's more delicate on your nails. It's not very rough at all, so I usually do not use this one. I usually do use the black one because it has a lot of rough ridges on it, which is helpful for removing old nail glue from your nail beds and creating that friction to keep the nails steady. I like to use Nail Rehab. It is a nail strengthener, but I also use it as a double barrier between my nails and the glue for damage control. And of course, if you don't like the length of the actual nail, you can always cut it down with these various nail clippers. Now these little guys were very hard to find. I actually had to order them off of Amazon. They are double-sided sticky adhesives. They're going to go on your natural nail and have the fake nail stick on, so that way it holds a lot better as opposed to just using nail glue. Also what you'll need is nail jewels and nail press-on art. Now I have the nail jewels from Kiss. There are a whole bunch of little jewels. They're really pretty. I also got this nail press-on art. I did not use it in this video, but I will be using it later on in future videos when it comes to my nails. And if you ever want to know how to put it on, they always give you instructions on the back. Okay, to save time on this video, I went ahead and laid out all of my nails, matched them up with my nail bed for all 10 fingers, so we can just go ahead and get started with this. So what I'm going to start out by doing is lightly rubbing the nail filer over my natural nails to create some friction, so that way my natural nails can grip onto the double-sided adhesive to make sure that the nails stay on my fingers. Okay, so now that I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put on the nail rehab. Now, it's not a necessary step, but I do it because the nail rehab is just a little protector for my natural nails against all of the glue and filing that I'll be doing later on, and it also strengthens your nails. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that on to all of my fingernails and wait for that to dry. Alright, so I have that on there. Now I'm going to let it dry. Okay, so we let the nail rehab dry on my fingernails. I'm just going to go ahead and feel them. If you go ahead and feel yours, they are going to feel a little rough. That's just from filing them down. But they're dry now, so we're just going to move on to the next step. And the next step is actually applying on those little sticky adhesive patches. So I'm just going to line them up with my finger, pick the one that best fits. This is going to take a long time for you because you're going to have to try to peel it off without having it stick to your actual finger. You're just going to try to line it up with your actual nail bed and try to apply it. So let's just see how this goes. Alright, and so what you're about to see is me trying to apply it onto my nail bed. Now I'm going to be redoing it a few times just because you don't want to press it in until you have it perfectly lined up. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to reapply it because I do want the sticky adhesive to cover my complete nail if possible. And I believe here I was able to go ahead and get it on there. So what you're going to want to do is cut off any excess adhesive that isn't strictly on top of your nail bed. I'm just using my eyebrow scissors just because they were really convenient and I like that they were really small. And I'm going to go ahead and use this manicure stick to go and press it in. You can use your finger, but this was easier for me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the nail glue. So what I like to do is once I have the sticky adhesive on my actual nail, I like to brush on the nail glue right on top of the adhesive. Just make it extra sticky. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to apply the nail to my cuticle and I'm going to go ahead and press. So I'd honestly have to say I sit here and probably press each nail individually for at least 2 minutes or so. You want to press at the bottom, on the sides, and at the top because you want the nail to actually go completely on top of your natural nail to give it a more natural look as opposed to something just sitting on top of your finger. So it's going to take some time and you're going to really want to press hard. So this is how it's going to look once it's done. That's after all of my pressing for that 2.5 minutes or so. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started on the other hand's pinky. Now what I like to do is I do like to start from pinkies all the way up to the thumb because you do need your index and your thumb finger for the most part of all of this. And you don't want them to have these long nails on them that are going to interrupt anything that you have going on. So just go ahead and start from the pinky, work your way up to the thumb, and you can go ahead and just repeat the process, clipping off the extra adhesive, brushing on the nail glue, and applying the fake nail. So at this point, you get the gist of it. Just pretty much repeat for all the fingers. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward and just skip to my thumbs. As you can see, I did all of my other fingers. Now I'm down to my thumb. So we're just going to go ahead and place those on and you'll be able to see how it looks at the end. Finally, after about an hour of continuously pressing them on, because it does take me an hour to put them on because I do want them to last, I'm going to go ahead and take that nail filer from earlier, and there's this little piece at the bottom of your nail. You'll be able to see it here. It's really small, but it happens in the manufacturer, I believe, when they're making the nails. That little square just happens to stay on. All you need to do is just take your nail filer and just file that down so the base of the nails are flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. This part only takes a good 30 seconds, but once it's over and done with, you'll be ready to go ahead and style the nails. Thank you for watching, and tune in for part 2 on how to style and paint them.